I'm doing that thing again where I become ambidextrous.
Do you do it well?
And I need to go into host mode. It's so fun.
And switch.
Hello and welcome to the Painted Show. My name is Marie St. Sandy, the squiggly drag queen of Scotland, and I am coming to you not live from Manchester. And I am here with our very special guest today. It is Rodger.
Hello. Let's see how Scottish I get before this finishes.
Yes, well, so I'll get you to sort of introduce yourself. So just tell me your name, pronouns, where you're from and or based.
Just have to think about my name.
and what it is that you do.
Successfully. I'm Rodger, he, him. I'm based in Manchester. And I am a drag artist, sewist, designer, producer, curator, everything that you can squeeze into a tiny little wig cap, I guess.
Lovely. So today we are going to transform Rodger into my squiggly twin.
So excited.
It's going to be good. I can't wait.
And I have messaged you since you did your first series of this, so...
I know this is like, what, 4 years in the making, so...
That is disgusting, but also congratulations. Whoa, what are you doing with that?
This is colour correction.
Okay. Sorry. I don't know why it was so aggressive.
Whoa, what the f*** are you doing?
What are you doing?
So you are from Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts in Scotland?
Fife. Not that I tell people that very often.
When did you move to Manchester?
Just something really gross. I realised I've been here for 7 years this year.
7 years? You certainly haven't wasted your time though while you've been here, because you've been busy. When did you start Rodger Presents?
2022, so we're going on 2 years. I did it as a one-off event. So it was originally called Rodger Presents One Night Only.
Right.
Because my manager at the time was just like, yeah, of course, you could put on a little lip sync show. We'll see if that works, haha. And it obviously did.
Yeah.
So then we launched the show with like a massive lineup, which you were a part of. I'm very, very lucky in the sense that like the crowd and the audience I've built, guests from all walks of drag can come in and get like a round of applause and be appreciated.
Yes.
Because like not a lot of people can take their drag to any venue and be appreciated, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so true. Like, you do get, and I think this is why, like, when you get almost what I would call purpose-built shows, rather than like a show that's just happening in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get a show where there just happens to be in a bar, you get people that have just come in, they're just coming in for a drink,
Yeah.
and they didn't realise that there was a drag show on, and then they're kind of a little bit like, what is this exploding Peppa Pig nonsense? You know what I mean? They're just not arsed at all.
That doesn't work for a performer sometimes as well. Like,
No.
yeah, they may be making money and working and being seen, but in terms of like filling your soul, like you're not getting much soul juice from that. I mean, you are only the third person to ever paint my face.
Really?
In 7 years of dabbling. It had Izzy Hard and myself did a collab, and then Ramona.
Did you paint Ramona's face as well? No. Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
I feel like I made that up. But you have painted other people as well, haven't
Yeah.
you? Like I've seen people with your mug on.
I painted my drag daughter Cardiac Arrest last
I'm
year.
obsessed with her, by the way. She's so funny.
She's ridiculous.
That's actually something that I wanted to talk about. It was come drag with us.
Yes.
Oh my god. I have to say, your episode of, like, this was the opening episode, and I showed, it was Azura Saint, this. So when we were doing Painted by Marie 2, we just finished doing Azura's makeup, and then I said, oh my god, watch this. You got a lot of laughs in the episode for me, because it was just the way, like, your voice was edited, and then every now and then they would put this, like, noise on you.
So wait, do that noise again? That was because every time I didn't know what to say, or there was a weird silence, I would literally say, insert alien noises. So, like, I also kind of, I produced myself in a way.
Yeah.
But then, like, obviously Skylar took some direction as well.
But it was one of those, like, genius moments, though, where, you know, you get those improv challenges on Drag Race where one of the contestants goes slightly left of field and they end up winning the challenge. Kind of like Olivia Lux as the mime.
Yeah.
Like, and they end up, winning the challenge. Because
I didn't look at it like that.
That's the way that I saw it. Like, it was one of those things where I was like, I wish I would have thought of that, because I would have just tried to be funny with dialogue and stuff like that, but actually just going down the bonkers kind of route.
It's like the unhinged lack of seriousness.
Yeah.
I mean, bless, that was the hottest day on record that year, and we were all in my tiny kitchen. So my apartment's very small. My kitchen is like 2.5 square meters. Like, I think that means 2.5 meters each way. And that's including like the bunkers in there as well. Which people, like, I say bunkers, like countertops. Do you say bunkers as well? Is that Scottish?
Bunkers?
Yeah, like, get off the bunker.
You mean the worktop?
Yeah, the kitchen.
Oh no, we would just say the worktop. But I mean, to be fair, I am Highland as well, and Highland doesn't really do slang that well. I say that, but we do have a lot of unique, like, regional phrases as well. Do you know what a gudgie is?
Gudgie?
Yeah.
No.
A gudgie's like a guy. A gudgie.
Oh, like the gadgie. We gadgie.
Oh, right. Okay, so we're gudgie.
Gadgie.
Do you know what deek is?
Oh, deek at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, deek.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's not that unique. Yeah. Although my dad made one up, right? And I grew up thinking this is what you called people.
You originate the language.
Well, when someone is being an idiot, my dad will go, "Oh, you turkey," and I just thought that's what I just thought you'd call people. "Oh, you turkey," like that kind of thing. Turns out only he says it.
I can't. Is that wee gadgie there?
That wee gadgie there. So
that wee gadgie.
Your own drag mug, you have got, I would say, a fairly recognisable face, particularly in the way that you, like, in your eyes. Actually, in your contours as well, because you play with contrast quite a lot. Where does that come from?
So I started out doing, like, a lot of transformations or artistic, like, transformations. So it's like a lot of, like, creative expression in terms of, like, just changing my face completely. But it was like for experimenting and understanding, like, shades and tones and contour, and realizing, like, what it all does and why we do it. Because I don't feel like you'd get that from doing beauty makeup as easy. Like, I would try to pretty faces and smoky eyes and all that nonsense, but I just didn't feel like it was getting anywhere until I started being, like, experimental.
Yeah.
Which, like, you know yourself, like, the way you contour your inner squiggle, like, you've got your squiggle and then you contour and blush on the inside to give dimension. Like, you wouldn't have learned to put that there by doing a normal mug. Do you know what I mean?
But that's interesting to hear as well, though, like, because a lot of people, well, I don't know, I feel like with newer artists these days, a lot of them aren't afraid of the makeup brush. Like, they do like to sort of...
Are you referring to Scotland?
In Scotland, well...
The girls down here are scared of makeup.
Really?
100%.
But the thing is, I think in Scotland, because with our scene, right, there just isn't enough money in it. Like, very few of us are doing it full time. In Scotland, there is just, no money, and there's no infrastructure as well. So we don't have, like, a canal street, we don't have a gay village, per se.
You barely have a circuit.
No, exactly. We don't. is like we have a few gay bars that are in the kind of same area, the Merchant City area where I live. But as well, like not a lot of them are doing shows either.
Corset clubs doing a lot more.
Yes, that's a new venue.
Yeah. Delmonica's has obviously always been a hub of some sort. But like, I feel like a lot of space, due to no faults of their own sometimes, like a lot of spaces have been lost and like a lot of shows don't exist anymore. Like the shows we went to when we were younger, some of those don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And those experimental spaces were havens for us coming into the scene.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll always say is like the Scottish scene is so much more creative and so much more artistic than anything I've ever seen. And I credit like a lot of my influences, and like whether it was subconscious or not, to the Glasgow Queens. And granted, half of them travelled from Edinburgh at the time because there was no scene in Edinburgh to perform in. They just, if these places don't exist, a lot of queens don't get a chance to experiment. They don't get to see the artistic side of drag anymore, in my opinion. Whereas like we were explored like Darmageddon, CJ Banks, like Lawrence Chaney's performance back in the day as well. Like it was all, I just viewed that as like performance art. Like those conceptual performances that we were raised on, like they're not really celebrated anymore, especially they're not seen as much. I'm celebrated down here, I feel, when I do something I consider very conceptual. But a lot of people don't take the chance to do that anymore because it's not as widely visibly celebrated. When
I joined drag, this was in 2016. This is pre-Drag Race UK. So like none of us had any ambition to go on Drag Race. We just thought that's not something that's going to happen. Or it was something we always fantasized about happening, and we thought, oh yeah, they'll never do it. What's it going to be on? Channel 4? Like,
we did Drag Race.
We just did it because we liked doing it. And then as soon as Drag Race UK hit, that's when it changed. That's when it became more about, we all had more of an incentive now. And people started to do stuff that would fill rooms, get loud cheers, and just sort of go up the way, which is great. Like, I think it's great to have a goal and to know what you need to do. But also don't rob yourself of any artistic joy that you can find.
That is such a good way to put it.
Sorry. I'm using a
Shut up, Rodger! I started Rodger Presents because I was booking drag artists to do promo or like host a club, and I realised like a lot of them were like really good performers. They didn't get opportunities. And I tried to adapt the weekend's events into those drag artists being able to perform as well as host and do promo. Once we had finished our shift, we'd just get on stage and dance. Or like, we'd ask the DJ for a certain song and we'd just perform for the audience. And like, within that, we realised like, the crowds were interested. And I was like, all these people, if they want to, do a little bit after the show, like after their gig, and put on like a little show. And I was like, I just want to do that for all of them. And then obviously like people like yourself, and like with building that, I get the opportunity to have people that I know are great come down and meet my audience. So like, it was just always about making opportunities. And it's like what you said in Scotland, like there are some opportunities, but like it's not feasible to invest unless you can do it full time. But getting yourself to that point now is harder because everybody wants to go at it.
Yeah.
Whereas like we did it because we wanted to, because it fueled something within us. And I don't think people have the same drive that inspired us.
There's definitely different motives maybe that go into it.
Yeah.
In terms of like Manchester as a scene, what is your, I suppose, experience of it? Like, I know that's a very wide question.
Broad question again, whilst you're attacking my mouth with some sort of device.
Sorry.
So I'd say my experience within the scene is more so like I've got my residences, my regular work that I stay committed to, but because I am so busy with like commissions and designing and making costumes, like I very rarely branch out to do anything else because it is quite demanding. I do my regular work, which obviously I do my own shows now and again. I'm part of a show team at the New Union. I'm also on the regular lineup at the New Union, regular lineup at the Goose. Sometimes do a little bit on bar with Lavender. And that is honestly the way I navigate being like a part of this scene is I do my bit. My point of view is I want to leave something behind. Like I want people to remember me because there's so many queens that have come and gone that I've remembered, and as long as I can, whatever happens to me, wherever, wouldn't be there anymore, I just want someone to remember, oh yeah, Rodger recreated Lady Gaga's performance, the paparazzi, and bled out live. Rodger made it rain from the ceiling in New Union. Like, Rodger set fire to stuff by accident and played it off and made it look like performance art. Do you know what I mean? Like, as long as I do a bit and someone's inspired and comes to me in like 10 years and is like, I started drag because I've seen this and it inspired me to do drag like this, I think I would cry.
Yeah.
Like, because I was so inspired by the Manchester scene, I would love to leave that behind. And that's my goal. That's why I do what I do. That's what drives me. I don't know if I told you this was happening today. This is happening today.
Hello. Fuck me.
But
I've never danced so much in my life.
oh.
And this is the part in the video where my cheap microphones finally decide to kick in. I do apologise for the change in audio quality. I guess God just hates facts. So you are full-time, am I right?
I'm full-time self-employed, yes.
Yeah.
My bills are equally balanced between costumes and performing.
Mm-hmm.
But even then I am working full-time and just paying my way.
How much downtime do you get? How much time do you get to focus on yourself? Because this is a vibe I always get when people are self-employed, period. That they maybe don't have that balance.
I'd say I definitely lack the balance because when I do take time for myself, it's just literally sitting on the sofa binging TV on my phone. It's never actually anything investing in myself. Because my New Year's resolution this year was to not be so fixated on work and to try to take time out to do things just for me. So that's still my goal for the year. This time of year, it's obviously casting season for TV shows, and I've been back to back with deadlines for drag artists I really want to make costumes for, and then after that I've got a back catalogue of people that have put down deposits for things since before December that have been waiting, and they've been happy to wait, which is really nice. But then obviously I can't take on new commissions because I don't know when I'm going to finish the next one, which means I then need to compensate by getting extra gigs because my next commission's already paid for. There's it's a lot of stress and a lot of juggling. And it is rewarding because I don't have to do a job I don't like to pay the bills, which I'm very, very blessed for, but it's sacrifice because my living room is my office, my workspace, my studio, my living room. It's all sacrifices, but again, it's the pros that come with that. I get to wake up in the morning, try to be self-disciplined and come up with my own structure and my own routine.
I suppose you probably become quite nocturnal. That's always the vibe I got. Whenever I visited here, I've always thought everybody in Manchester is so nocturnal.
Because most of the gigs that the girls do, they're starting at 1, or they'll be finishing at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then just like any normal job, you have to wind down afterwards, especially after working in a club. So and a lot of them want to go out and drink because they bumped into people they know. So it's just a knock-on effect. You can try sort your sleeping pattern, but you're always going to get the next gig that's going to knock you left again. Do you know what I mean?
But that's another thing as well. Do you find that when you're out at these times that it has affected your alcohol consumption?
Oh no, I'm not a big drinker.
No.
I said this the other day. I only drink when I'm in charge, because it's not on anyone else's dime. But yeah, no one else is employing me. Like if I'm hosting or it's my show, like I'll have a drink. But if I'm being booked to perform or host, I won't drink. And I very rarely go out after my gigs.
In Scotland, yeah, there are a few people that do custom garments. But I imagine down here, because there is more of an incentive and stuff like that, there's probably a lot more custom things floating around. I suppose there's people like yourself with the skill, whereas in Scotland, not very many of us are designers. I think there's like latex. The drag queen latex.
You also do good. I mean, fashion is like people have style. I think you've got good fashion, good style. Latex 100%. I think she will dress herself very well for like her performances and things as well. I think people that take performance into consideration and what they're wearing for their performances, because like you can wear anything as long as like it's not wearing you.
Yeah.
Like if you can style yourself, like that's half the battle. Doesn't matter what you wear. You're like Lavender, who's working full time. She rarely has custom. Like she's got things from like Etsy and stuff, and like kind of designed it and fashioned it around herself. Miley, Virus, and iCarly, they've got incredible fashion sense. They know how to style themselves perfectly and kind of like make very little look like a lot. I can do like a nice gorgeous gown, a nice beautiful outfit, or a nice creative outfit, but I don't have fashion sense. That sounds very contradictory, but like if you understand it makes sense.
It's like, yeah, knowing obviously what works for you, but also I suppose it kind of maybe depends how tuned in you are to, I suppose, the general world of fashion and your references and stuff like that.
Like I couldn't dress myself in Maurice and Sandy Guiche in my Rodger makeup. It just you don't blend. Whereas like if you probably could though. So say if you put Maurice and Sandy in one of my gowns, it would probably look like contrasty as well, but I don't know, I feel like your face could just do anything.
Well, Rodger, let's see if you're right. The proof is in the mugging after all. If you're enjoying this series so far, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're hating it, then God, aka Kylie Minogue, probably hates you. Thanks very much.
And this is the final, well, it's not the final look, it's the final makeup look.
Oh, mug.
Yes. How does it feel to be squigglified?
Do you know what? It's a very very soft and demure squigglified. And deep pop tint, and I do really enjoy this eye shape as well.
Well, we were going to get into the costumes and we're going to do our shoots. But I suppose this is probably where I should say, yeah, follow me on Instagram at Marie Saint Sandy, TikTok, Twitter. Well, if I'm still using that, Blue Sky.
Oh yeah. Same here. The only Rodger in all social medias.
Lovely. Well, we shall see you in the next episode of The Painted Show. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh,
And now it is. Lost happy tits. Squiggly, squiggly. This shoulder, this big shoulder. Chins.
love. Lovely, lovely.